And we do have one score from occupation. That's something. Hello everyone, I am Taureor and welcome to my newest House of Iron 4 video. Today we are revisiting 1939, Slovakia. I made a poll in my last video and actually the winning option was the Caliphate. However, it turns out that the strategy I had prepared for that no longer works, so I would have to come up with a new one, which will take time away from me doing Iceland, and I am almost ready for that. So I will do Caliphate eventually, but I had to push it back because I need to prepare a new strategy for it. Anyway, we are doing Slovakia again because I actually have 3 ways of breaking free from Germany and Slovakia in 1939 and 2 new exploits that I have not shown you yet. So what we're going to be doing today is playing Slovakia in 1939 and breaking free from Germany in 2 ways using 2 new exploits, which is why I'm not doing Iron Man, because we did that in Iron Man already, and I'm gonna be jumping between save files to show you some stuff. So right off the bat, if you have not seen my initial Slovakia 1939 video, you should probably go and watch that, because the strategy I use there is superior to what we're gonna do now. But if the Civil War approach doesn't work for you, I got you covered as well. So in this installment, we are not going to start a civil war to become an independent power. We are instead going to be an obedient little puppet to Germany and be in their good graces. And again, the goal is to break free from Germany. So some generic research, good infantry weapons, and a doctrine. Again, really don't like Grand Battle Plan. Let's switch to superior firepower. That should work out nicely. And do the political efforts thing. Get some civilian factories going, maybe. War economy, free trade, silent workhorse, popular figurehead because we don't need to keep our stability low anymore, an offense genius, maybe a military theorist, limited conscription, and that's it for now. Alright, time to unpause. Our first objective is to join Germany's war on Poland as soon as possible. We are a puppet, we have no choice in the matter, but we want to do it as quickly as we can and rack up as much war score as possible. So we're going to be doing a very aggressive attack using all our troops into Poland. I'm keeping the original units, that's fine. As soon as Germany declares war, we need to manually join it. More time to rack up the necessary participation. Let's also do an entrenchment expert, because why not? Alright, Germany attacked Poland. We are going to immediately join their war and make sure we participate as much as we can, first attacking Poland and then moving to the Benelux. Go! We don't need a lot of war score, and what we need is for Germany to transfer at least 1 province to us when we ask nicely. And we do have 1 score from occupation, that's something. I could call in Italy, but there's no need. Now it would be nice if we could be the ones to take Warsaw, but that's not gonna happen. See, Warsaw has fallen. Why is Italy asking me to join wars? Now, how much did we get? 2%, that's actually decent. Now let us move over to the Benelux and make sure we get some score there as well. The Germans are gonna attack momentarily. We are on historical focuses after all. USSR occupies eastern Poland. Yeah, it's gonna be a while before they attack the Benelux, isn't it? But there's no point in pushing into the Maginot Line, so we'll just sit here and wait. Let's do construction effort 2. And we can start producing better guns. Also, I'm not gonna need any of that other equipment. Alright, they're doing around Maginot, good. I should probably station my troops in Luxembourg, or at least the tank. And 1 infantry unit on the Belgian border. Attack Luxembourg. Nope, unfortunately the Germans were there faster. Let's see if we can get any extra participation. It would be cool if we could get into France and maybe even drive into Paris. That, of course, would give us a lot of points. Strikes. Let's take the expensive option. We can afford that. Oh, we lost the tank. Pity. We might be able to get into France and maybe even to Paris. Belgium capitulates. Let's try and just walk to Paris. Maybe someone can get through and get us lots of points. Of course, when Paris falls, France surrenders. Are we going to get a piece of the pie? That is the real question. And France surrenders. Okay, how much war score did we get? 3% participation, that is actually way more than we need. Right, I've saved the game because we're going to come back to this point, because I want to show you multiple ways forward from here. And for the record, we don't need that much war participation. 1% would probably be enough 2 would be enough for sure. So what's next? Next, we just break free from Germany with a little bit of an exploit that I found. And it's a very minor one, but I haven't seen it before. Now, I'm not very active in the community, so maybe someone came up with it before me. Let me know if that is the case. We're going to break free by releasing Czechoslovakia. How do we do that? Well, first I'm going to request control of territory from Germany. Ask for control of state. And give me, I don't know, something over in France. 1 is more than enough. Gimme. Germany transfers control to me. Perfect. So now we have a little bit more territory than this. We are a puppet, so I cannot release countries or modify my occupation status on territories here because I'm a puppet. So this is blocked. I can't click it. Can't click it, can't access it. Or can I? See, we have this little bit of territory here. And there's this little button here, resistance, strength. If you click it, it opens up this dialog. Now, if I have the game unpaused, this will automatically hide itself because I'm not allowed to see that. But if we keep the game paused, we can access it and do stuff here. For example, change our occupation policy in France. Let's be harsh on the French, shall we? But if we go back here, you can see there's also Czechoslovakia. Release nation. So it might not be as elegant a solution as just starting a civil war and breaking free that way. However, we can click release nation. We can release, not as a puppet, but as an independent country, and select play as release. Thank you very much. We are now Czechoslovakia, controlling Eastern Slovakia and Western Slovakia. We are democratic, and we are independent. We are no longer a puppet of Germany, we have achieved our independence. Also, we are guaranteeing the independence of Romania and Yugoslavia. Probably not the best choice ever, is it? Anyway, what we did here is essentially we have left Slovakia with this little bit here, while we have become Czechoslovakia with our original territory. That was quick and simple, wasn't it? We are free Czechoslovakia, and you know what we could do here? We could just sit on our asses until the end of the war, because Germany has already annexed Czechoslovakia. They have no reason to attack us. Now, theoretically, Hungary could try and take us over, but I think we have enough time to prepare a defense. So that's way number 2, and tiny little exploit. I have one more, and it's much bigger. Again, please tell me if someone came up with it before me, because I would look pretty stupid advertising that as a new thing, if it in fact is not a new thing, wouldn't I? It's more of a glitch, really, but it lets you break free. Now, of course, you need to have territory that has someone else's cores, and you also need some extra territory to activate that screen with occupied land. So that's Slovakia 1939, breaking free from Germany. Option number 2. Option number 1 was my separate video with a civil war. Granted, we are no longer Slovakia, we are now Czechoslovakia, led by Kevin Spacey, but we can be free that way. Let me move on to the final method. Alright, I have loaded the save I made just before releasing Czechoslovakia, and I'm going to show you yet another method of achieving our independence from Germany. Now, this method in itself is not very interesting, however, it will showcase an exploit that I came up with that I quite like. And please tell me if someone came up with it first. I think I'm the first one, but I have been wrong in my life several times. So for this exploit, we need a couple of things. We need someone participating in the war with a lot of war score. We need someone participating in the war with very little war score. And we need to have some war score ourselves, enough to get provinces. We have enough to get 1 at a time. Good, that is as much as we need. So what are we going to do? We're going to ask Germany for a province. Let's say Holland, it's a good province. And unpause for a moment. They have agreed to give us Holland. Good. As you can see, they will not agree to give us more because we have enough. You can check it here. We have enough for our participation. However, now I'm going to show you something I have called province juggling. We are going to give that to Romania because Romania has no war participation. There you go. Holland is yours. Holland is now in Romanian hands. Hey, Germany. I have some war score. I think I deserve a province. I don't have one. There. Wonderful. London is mine. Hey, Romania, would you like a state? We have to wait a moment. Would you like the state of London, perhaps, Romania? Yes, you would. Hey, Germany, I think, for all the war score I've contributed, I might be deserving of a province. Please give me Brabant. Brabant is now ours. Romania, would you like to maybe get another piece of land from me? I think you get the picture here. I'm going to repeat this as many times as Germany allows. Also, I should probably take provinces in the south of France before Vichy France is a thing. This way we can get more total stuff. Hey, Italy, would you like to give me stuff as well? Oh, you would? Interesting, but I will keep that for later. Germany gives me land. I wait a moment and transfer it to Romania. Rinse, repeat. This is gonna take me a moment because we have to wait between sending out diplomatic proposals, and we have to do it province by province, or state by state if you prefer. Now at some point the amount of land Germany owns will go down, and they will not want to give it to us anymore. That is not really a problem. We should have enough by then. Let's also go for Warsaw. It has a lot of factories. This does take time, but I promise you it will pay off. Oh, Luxembourg has a lot of factories. I should have taken that. Well, it's my next target then. Right, Denmark is getting involved. That is actually not a problem, because Germany is gonna take that, and then we can also try to steal that land from them. Brittany goes to Romania. Now this takes some time because we have to go province by province. Essentially, the more war participation we have, and we had quite a lot, because 3% is significant, well, the more we can snag from them that way. Because at some point they will stop giving us stuff. You can hear my son playing with his pacifier. Denmark has capitulated and is giving us some territory. We keep asking Germany for stuff and they keep giving it to us. Alright then, the Germans will not give me any more territory, but I think we got quite a lot. And we gave it to Romania. Why? Well, here comes the fun part of this exploit. Watch this. Romania has a 0 war participation, so if I ask them to hand over some territory to me... See, we do have some war participation, and Romania doesn't. So they won't object too much to giving us some territory, as long as we leave them at least 1 bit. Also, Italy will agree to give me 1 bit, so let's take Provence from them. If I do it simultaneously, I'll get all of that. So let's unpause and watch this unfold. How do you like that? Now, I would like to call this province juggling, but I'm not sure about the name, so if you have a better idea, let me know in the comments, and maybe I'll use that. So, we are Slovakia, a German puppet, with 73 factories. How do we benefit from that? Well, we do get all the factories, but also we can produce stuff and give it away to our master to break free. First, though, let's make sure we treat everyone gently. Why? Well, because we can't really afford to suppress the resistance, so we have to rely on the resistance just not being there. So yes, we will lose some factories to that, but we won't have them damaged. The unfortunate thing is we keep the damaged ones and we give the good ones away to Germany. Now, having all this territory is really cool, but the resistance will destroy all our factories and leave us with no production whatsoever, unless the Germans, of course, take care of the problem for us. So let's see what the Germans garrison, and let's give them some time to adjust their troops. We will have our factories damaged in the meantime, but it's not really that big of a deal. Let's just make sure the Germans arrive. Hungary joins us. Alright, actually the German troops seem to be put on a garrison order meant to diminish the resistance in these territories, so we should be fine all across the board pretty much. I am going to have to repair these factories though, because otherwise, well, I won't have any military factories because all the good ones are going to Germany. Now, if the Germans weren't helping us, there is also a way of dealing with it. Now, obviously, I don't have enough troops to garrison it myself, but I'm going to maximize what I can do, which is just making lots of very small cavalry units because they have good suppression. We're going to switch all our troops to that cavalry and give them a garrison order to help with resistance in these parts. With German help, it will not really be a problem, but if the Germans were not helping us, there is also a way to handle it yourself, even with a very small army, like we have. And what is that way? Essentially, you can't take all the land you want. You have to just take the provinces that have a good ratio of factories to generated resistance. For example, Luxembourg only generates 0.5 resistance, while it has 9 factories. That's a great ratio. In the meantime, Paris generates 5% resistance, while having only 11 factories. That means Luxembourg is much easier to keep in check, while providing almost the same amount of factories. And you can check that for the provinces, but that's a lot of work, and only keep the ones that have a lot of factories but very little resistance. A good example of these provinces are places like Bourbon, which is only 0.5% of resistance with 6 factories, or Brabant, which is, oh, you can't see that right now, but it also is pretty low with a lot of factories. On the other hand, Paris generates 5% and only has 11 factories, which makes it much worse of a deal. Nevertheless, the Germans are helping, so we should be able to keep all those territories. And of course, I'm making more troops to help with that. So what is our next move? We're going to build up our country a bit, produce a lot of infantry weapons and convoys, and that's pretty much it for now. Unfortunately, we're giving most of our military factories to Germany, but that won't last too long. I hope the Germans keep helping us here rather than focus on Yugoslavia, because if they leave, we'll have a lot of rebellions. Now, we are on super gentle everywhere. We could go a bit harsher, perhaps the Germans could handle it, but it is risky because if they damage factories, well, we can't benefit from those factories. Yugoslavia capitulates. Germany, please send some more troops my way. Right, I can deploy some units. How is the resistance? Not too bad, actually. I'm going to try and increase the oppression a little bit. Let's also increase the conscription so that maybe we can get some more resistance suppressing forces. We did the extra research slot, and we have so many factories occupied that we can do another one. Now we have to monitor Hungary closely, because Hungary will try and demand overlordship over Slovakia. This is an important moment for us, and we do have to watch out for that. In the meantime, we just want to produce as many guns and convoys as we can. So all is well, nearly no resistance. Now we wait for Hungary to claim overlordship. Mexican Soviet Republic joins the Comintern. Curious. And we're up to 90 factories, but we do have to watch out for that resistance. In the meantime, Japan took China. What are we going to do with these guns? Nothing. I'm just going to stockpile them for now. We should probably research better ones too. Mexican Soviet Republic declared war on Guatemala. That is interesting. Is that going to mean the Soviet Union will be at war with the United States? No. Ooh, interesting. We are now at war with the Comintern. Wait, are we? El Salvador joined Axis. Honduras joined Allies. So who's fighting who? Something weird is happening here. Let's just ignore this. Wait a minute. So the Comintern is now at war with the Allies, which is completely weird, and okay. Have not seen that happen in a very long time. However, I'm okay with that. Okay, the Germans are preparing to fight the Soviet Union, even though the Soviet Union is fighting the Allies, as are we. Adolf? That seems to be a mistake. Which also means I need to go back to gentle on everything. Except for Poland. There's a lot of Germans there. We have been attacked by the Soviet Union. Okay. I'm going to do absolutely nothing about it. Alright, second Cristada, a civil war in Mexico. Do we care? Not really, no. Panama is now getting involved, and Venezuela. This is all going in a weird direction, and we are on historical focuses. It's all because of that socialist Mexico attacking people. Let's have a look at the factions map mode. Right, there's quite a lot of stuff happening in South America, and more will happen. Europe, pretty much predictable. Nicaragua now. Oh, because the Mexicans are attacking. Of course. Japan attacked the Philippines, so apparently everyone's fighting everyone right now. Now, we're very likely to see the United States storm through Central and South America soon, because everyone here belongs to the Axis or the Comintern, and the Allies are at war with both of them. So this is actually an interesting scenario to spectate, even though that was not the intention here. No, come on, Hungary. Demand that overlordship already. Wait a minute, are the United States not at war with Mexico? Maybe they haven't joined the war yet, simply. Oh, Hungary apparently cannot claim overlordship over Slovakia because our army is too strong? Okay, I guess I'll disband a few units. No, our army is still too strong. Alright, I will disband a few more units then. I really need this to happen. Okay, now they can do it. Please select that now. Catholic Mexico has capitulated. Alright, and the United States seem to not want to fight Mexico, even though they are part of the Allies. Oh, did you not join the war against Comintern? Well, that Kinda makes sense. Yeah, this is not the most exciting method of getting our independence from Germany, but let's be patient. Well, I'd probably break free by now if I just started sending stuff through Lend-Lease to Germany. I really thought Hungary would do the focus area there. Hungary's doing Proclaim Greater Hungary. It's not what we need, but it is right next to it, so who knows, maybe. Finally, Hungary proclaims Greater Hungary and is claiming overlordship over Slovakia. This is precisely what we need. There's actually a neat trick associated with this focus. You can start a civil war right before Hungary finishes it, and then, while the civil war is going on, you can accept their demand to be your overlord, and the civil war ends, you are left with two Slovakias. One Slovakia here, the other Slovakia here, in the same faction being friends. But that is not what we are going for this time. The Hungarians are about to finish their focus. I'm going to make a save here because I want to show you what happens if it works, and it doesn't always work. So if it doesn't work, I'm going to reload and, show you what happens if it does. We want Germany to accept the Hungarians' demands and give them overlordship over us. Why? Well, just have a look. We are a Reichskommissariat, the lowest rank of a fascist puppet. We are close to being next. Now, we could increase our autonomy by sending Lend-Lease and fighting in a war, but that's not the way to go here. The way to go here is to become a subject of Hungary instead. Come on, Germany, accept. And Germany accepts. Perfect. That is what we wanted. Why? Well, because now we are a Reichsprotectorate, not a Reichskommissariat, which means we are not giving as many factories and we are closer to breaking free. See, we are not giving them any military factories, while we gave the majority of our military factories to Germany, and we are much closer to breaking free, of course. So we are in a much better position trying to break free from Hungary than breaking free from Germany. And now we're no longer worried about having our military factories damaged, because we don't give any away, regardless. We just give away some civilian factories, but that's not really a problem. We're going to send Hungary some Lend-Lease. But let's see if all the guns we've produced will actually give us autonomy. Yes, not a lot. But yes, so we should have kept producing the level 2 guns, but that's fine. Now, we don't want to give them too much. We don't want to give them everything in one go, because then we would waste some of that. So let's just start with convoys, and we'll give them guns when this is no longer sufficient. We only need 800 here, so let's give them like 350 convoys. That is a little bit over. That's good because it carries. All right, next month we will change our independence level, if I remember the numbers correctly. Yep, we need 800 to become satellite. Sure, in a moment we will be one. And while technically we could break free like this directly from Germany, it would take many more resources, and we would still be doing it probably, while we are about to be free. This way. If I understand correctly, when we became a puppet of Hungary, our war participation reset, so it really was pointless to try and invade the Soviet Union. But we can do that after we have broken free. Our Lend-Lease is about to arrive, and boom, we can now increase our autonomy to satellite. One more step like this, and we will be free. So all the convoys and also some guns. Okay, let's just do this once, and that will give us freedom, and we'll have plenty of resources left. Who would have thought it's so easy to buy freedom? You just export some guns. Germany not doing so well against the Allies. Would be a good moment to flip sides, maybe. But we're not really in a position to do that unless we do a civil war. In 2 weeks, we become free. Unfortunately, free, but also entangled in a war against the Allies and the Comintern. Lend-Lease arriving tomorrow, and let's have a look at our independence. Boom, we can become free. There you go. Thank you very much. We are now free Slovakia. This is the most peaceful and most boring way of achieving your independence, but it also features a fun new exploit, so I hope you enjoyed it. Also, now we have full control of the territories we have conquered, or rather, traded. That's a lot of factories, isn't it? Now, the best course of action for us would be to flip sides and just beat up the Axis, but we are involved in a war with the Comintern and the Allies, so we can't really do that. Anyway, that is not what this video is about. It was about just breaking free. I could of course continue and take over the Soviet Union with the Germans, then turn against them, but first we would have to defeat the Allies, and that would take a lot of time. I think I'll go work on Iceland instead. In the meantime, I hope you enjoyed my new little exploits. And please do tell me if someone else came up with them first, because it would be pretty embarrassing to keep thinking they were mine if they are not, but maybe they are. Anyway, let me know, and also let me know what you think about this kind of video when I don't specifically fight and conquer someone, but rather show off a trick in the game. Perhaps some of you will be disappointed I don't, conquer everyone, but we've done that a lot of times, so I wanted to try something different. But if you don't like this format, by all means, let me know in the comments, or click the dislike button. It hurts, but how will I learn otherwise? Anyway, all the best to you, and sorry for the big break between videos. I was rather busy, but I will do my best to release another one very soon. So, have a nice day, and I will see you soon. Goodbye.